We thought this week on Sidetracked we could speak to the granddaddy of Christmas bangers.
Yeah.
Really famous, really iconic,
Yeah.
very legendary. The man who says it's Christmas. Actual Noddy Holder.
Yeah. And that song that he says it's Christmas at the very start of, Merry Christmas, Everyone,
Mm-hmm. By
Slade.
By Slade.
Yeah, by Slade. Was number one in 1973, and it is 50 years old as a Christmas song this year.
You can't get to mid-November without someone screaming, "It's Christmas!" in your face, can you? You can't do it.
No.
So not only does he have a very iconic Christmas song that everyone knows,
Yeah.
but he's also got like a sort of spin-off catchphrase, which must be hell if you're Noddy Holder.
Oh, my God.
People must say that to him every single day of his life.
We had a lot of questions for him.
We did.
So the first thing we wanted to know is what key ingredients are crucial for making a Christmas number one?
Hi, Annie. Hi, Nick. Well, I'll tell you about our record, Merry Christmas, Everybody. There is nothing Christmassy on it except the lyrics. There are no jingle bells. There are no sleigh bells. There are no kids' choir. All it is a pop rock song with lyrics about Christmas. And if I knew what would make a certain Christmas hit, I would bottle it and sell it, quite frankly. I just think if the public takes to it, it becomes a hit record. It has to have something magical about it. That's the thing. And that you can't preempt magic.
I love that. I love the idea of Christmas songs having actual magic in them.
A
And
little bit of magic.
there's no science. There's no formula.
No rhyme, no reason.
It's just
people
magical
love it.
connection.
Interesting as well, there's no Christmas noises on it.
Yes, because that's the first tip.
You'd be like, put a jingle
them
bell
sleigh
on
bells
it,
on
get
it.
a sleigh bell, roll out a kid's choir.
Yeah.
And actually Noddy's like, no,
Yeah.
it's just a good song about Christmas.
Yeah.
So that might be why it don't drive us all mad.
Exactly. That's a really good point. Now, we also asked Noddy why he thinks the song is still popular after 50 years.
Well, I think it's a very optimistic record. People seem to have a smile on their faces when they hear it. Back in 73, when we recorded it, the country was in a terrible state. There were lots of strikes. There were oil crises. There were power cuts. And it's not much different today, 50 years on. So I think the same parallels can be drawn. We're just trying to cheer people up at Christmas time. And it seems to have taken on a life of its own in 50 years. It's really great that today all generations are still buying it. I get very happy when young kids come up to me in the street and their mum and dad have said to them, "That's Mr. Christmas there, that's the man who shouts, it's Christmas." And they'll come up, the kids, and they'll say, "Oh, we've just played your Christmas song in the school carol concert." And that's a great buzz for me that 50 years on, it's still relevant even to a brand new generation.
Wow. It must be unreal having a song, because people do have songs that, are 50 years old, of course, but having something that's 50 years old and played constantly and is so sing-alongy and silly and fun and cemented in people's brains as fun Christmas memories.
But also what he kind of touched on there, which I think is really interesting and not something you ever really think about, is the kind of social context of a Christmas song coming out. So it being a terrible time societally for people, and that song reflecting a desire for, good times. I wish it could be Christmas every day. It's just I don't want to be in my world. I want to be in this kind of fantasy world of happy, happy, good cheer. And it's such a universal thing, isn't it? I love it.
So we wanted to know from Noddy what his favourite Christmas song was, because surely it can't be his own.
People don't believe me, but it's true. It is Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You. I do love that record. It always reminds me when I hear it of an old 60s soul Motown record. I should probably give Mariah a call on Christmas Day and wish her a Merry Christmas and say, "I hope our record's higher in the charts than yours, Mariah."
Imagine imagine that conversation.
I wonder if them two have ever met, Noddy and Mariah.
Noddy and Mariah. I love the idea of all the makers of the most prolific Christmas songs
oh my God.
having Christmas dinner together. There was one thing that I wanted to ask Noddy, and we weren't sure how it would go down. So we had to test the ground with serious questions before really putting him on the spot. But I'm really glad the question was asked.
And that question was, Annie, that you were desperate to know?
Does a Christmas number one set you up for life? And I'm talking financially.
In our case, going on for 50 years, it does do your bank balance very well. And it does provide a pension plan. But not every Christmas record is like that. Not every Christmas number one is like that. So if she wanted to write one, I wouldn't put her off doing it, because she may get lucky.
There you go, babe. That's going to be our next thing you and me do.
Oh, I wonder how much he's made from Merry Christmas, Everyone. Should I have a Google?
Yeah.
Okay. How much does Noddy Holder make from Merry Christmas, Everyone? The 1973 glam rock Christmas number one, according to PRS in 2013, nets songwriter Noddy Holder more than £500,000 a year. However, later estimates in 2016 have suggested that the song is now worth £1 million a year.
Merry Christmas!